Personally, this is a 5 out of 10 and one of the worst racing games I've ever played. Trash game is trash. This game isn't worth a month's subscription.
These are just some of the terrible reviews given to Need for Speed's latest installment, Unbound. Why is Unbound so hated? Is it the story, gameplay, unique graphics maybe? Well, whatever it isn't fair. Comparing a project to its legacy, I can understand that. Arkham Knight is trash compared to City and Asylum. Jurassic World sucks compared to Park. The Star Wars prequels were hated compared to the original. But undermining the beauty and enjoyment of a project because their predecessors were perfect isn't right. Unbound seems more dreaded hate than real criticism. It seems as though these reviewers are blinded in nostalgia. In the next bit, I'll be going over the story, gameplay, and graphics, plus my review as a reviewer who has never played the OG games. I'll be explaining to you why this game is more underrated than it is hated. That was a nice one. Subscribe and like while I make my character a knockoff Coil Ray.
The story follows you, a street racer and mechanic in Lakeshore City or Chicago. You work for Rydell, a mechanic and the owner of Rydell's Rides. You and your coworker Yaz rank up the street racing scene. However, while everything goes smoothly for you, Yaz and Rydell start to have many heated disagreements and start to break apart the good relation they were somewhat having. Close to the end of the ridiculously long prologue, Yaz joins her old friend from the foster system, Alec, and takes part in a heist on Rydell's Rides. The game cuts 2 years later, where to make ends meet, your player starts to be an Uber driver. Rydell's shop is in a loss, which I would expect if all your clients got robbed. And street racing itself has died down due to the force of the police and the new mayor. One of our Uber clients happens to be Tess, someone we drop off at a street race meet. The cops come and we turn into Baby Driver, impressing Tess by her skills. She proposes a ton of money in return for us to race for her and qualify in the Grand, a race tournament set up by Alec and presented by Yaz. It's broken into 4 weeks, giving us enough time to make enough money, get multiple cars, and upgrade our cars to the needed grade for each race. After winning week 1's qualifier, our player confronts Yaz and makes a bet for Yaz's car, aka our car, if we win the Grand. Tess, becoming an influencer, starts to record us and goes viral. After winning week 2's qualifier, we confront Yaz again, but we also learn Tess is making money betting on and against us. She also bets for Alec, a bit confusing I guess, but whatever. After week 3's qualifier, we learn everything we've done for Tess so far was work for Alec, and that he wants us, you, and Yaz to lose the Grand. Basically a huge return since everyone will be betting on you or Yaz to win. Yaz and us team up again to get back the cars Alec stole, make money, and also make him lose money in the entire process by winning the Grand. We win the Grand, getting our car back and the other prizes. We also learned Tess wasn't loyal to Alec and gambled for us to win as well, making herself rich and Alec broke as she was basically his gambler. At the end, Yaz reconciles with Rydell and the story ends. Overall, Unbound has a corny basic story of friendship, betrayal, loyalty, and winning. It may seem fine for most, but compared to Need for Speed Heat, which had a story of police brutality, winning, and making an impact on the city, it's definitely a downgrade. So from that comparison, I have to say Unbound is not worth it for the story, and I'll give the haters 1 point, making the game 0-1 so far. The overall gameplay of Unbound is fun. The game offers hitting challenges with ASAP Rocky, street races, long ones and laps, drift challenges, etc., giving you a wide variety of ways to have fun before the inevitable happens with all racing games and you get bored. The game is next gen only, making it very smooth and crisp when you do actually race. The soundtrack is fun and gets hyped up. The upgrading your car section has always been a plus point for Need for Speed and continues to be one, with amazing car build options and loads of car parts. So overall, I would say gameplay is a huge plus for Unbound and makes the game get 1 point. 1-1 for the haters, I guess now. Do I even have to explain this one? The visuals of the game are amazing. Every motion, going in the air, hitting the nitro, drifting, etc. They all make use of the wonderful graphics and unique art style of Unbound. While at first it does take a little bit to get used to, a next-gen game looking like a comic book, the graphics adding on to the wonderful visuals presented on Heat makes Unbound fun, have hype, and enjoyable every second you play it. Most importantly, it separates itself from the normal of video games. Overall, as a gamer, I have to appreciate the risk EA took making Unbound, and it definitely paid off with amazing visuals and graphics, which gives Unbound another point, 2-1 with the haters. At last, Unbound wins 2-1, but this wasn't a competition. That's my review. The game is worth it, and it will be 100% worth it whenever you look back at it. It will 100% grow on you to be enjoyable and fun, unless you expect the game of the year or don't appreciate change. Thus why I said Unbound winning was my opinion. So to conclude the video, stop being so blinded by nostalgia and enjoy Unbound for what it is, a fun game. Thanks for watching.